at the finishing line here, so we're rushing, but you're gonna see a big mess in the cafeteria. It's all a planned chaos, so when you see that, just keep that in mind. We'll start going down the main corridor here. This was phase one as a reminder, which will connect back to the new classrooms that we did. Our terrazzo overall, if you remember correctly, for access purposes, we waited to do this all in one to avoid messing it back up, more construction dust, what have you. So this starts on the 28th. So we'll start in area E, which was the first classrooms we built for phase one, and work our way to phase two. It's got a cure times. There's so much time we have to be off of it, so we have to get as much done up here before we start the terrazzo in this area. So this is coming. As soon as that's done, we'll put our wall base on, which we also couldn't do until we polished the floor. And that should be all that's left for phase one. Jenny, do you want to talk to any of the potential future projects we may or may not coordinate?
Well, I brought the numbers too, so whenever you're ready, I can share.
Well, I mean, maybe just as we pass some of them, this is a critical one.
Yeah, so we will have a good amount of contingency left right now. So we are starting to just prioritize what other projects we would like to do. So one of those right there is the doors. So we would just take that whole frame out because that was more, we don't need that anymore, basically, because we have a double here. So, and it'll open things up. So that's one. The other thing would be maybe painting or just giving the art room a facelift as well because it didn't get touched. So that's one. And
while we're planning on taking these doors out, there are quite a few doors we didn't touch. So another effort would be on some of those doors that may or may not be having issues, looking at swapping out things like door hardware, new leafs, what have you, kind of doing an assessment of the doors we didn't touch, figure out what they might need. All right, so this will start our construction area for phase two. So from the new media center on is basically where we're in our finishing touches at this point. So things like paint touch-ups, first coats, paint, dropping some ceiling tiles, making sure flooring's all buttoned up. From this point on is where a lot of our infrastructure work had to occur but couldn't occur until June when kids were out. So this is the big effort right now. Grid starts tomorrow. If you were to walk in through here on Friday, it looked like almost all this has a ceiling. It's crazy how fast those guys move. But they need to get their work done so our electricians then can drop the rest of their devices before we can get an inspection. And that's really our big, the big hill that we got to get over is the inspection. Then we can, at minimum, we have occupancy. Then the next priority is to make sure, our punch list is as small as possible once you guys are in the space so that, nights, mornings, weekends, when we come in here to touch stuff up, it's a smaller list than what we've had elsewhere. So we'll circle back through the area we're finishing up. This will be the media center. You have some furniture and casework yet to land in here, after which we'll button up the AV.
Jonathan, this is the Sally Clausen room too. So we saved the Sally Clausen room, so this room back here, actually it's a lot bigger, so it'll be another big conference room. And then back behind here, there'll be some doors that will close, but the books and the library desk and things is back there as well.
So this will be a glass wall that blocks off the reading room, and that's a demountable wall product. It's more like furniture than it is hard construction, but it's a nice glass system that can be less expensive than a stick-built, traditional storefront system. But that shows up first week of August. The glass wall will be done. So the rooms along this back wall, you'd have the business rooms. That's the first business room. We'll pass the cyclone corner area on our way to like the locker rooms. But you'd have business and then ag and the shop areas moving down this way, and then a tech office at the end. that next corridor going down matches the phase 1 corridor, where it's got the baffled ceiling, it's got the wood look blockers at the end of the hallway, but it's identical to the same thing you saw on the 2nd floor. We can go look at that if you want, or we can just move this way. Furniture's delivering early, so furniture shows up later this week. So we're going to stage that all in the phase 1 corridors where we're complete, out of the way of the terrazzo starting, so that they can get in here and set this as quick as possible once they're ready to go. So our big construction area is going to be down this way, headed towards locker rooms. We've got a lot going on. So our most critical task left, I'd say, is going to be dropping our rooftop units now that we're ready for them. So right here is an example of an opening of one of our larger pieces of mechanical equipment that will get set on the roof. We're planning on next week to have our pick. So I think there's 4 pieces of equipment that are going up on the roof to get connected. Essentially, they get all the ductwork distribution built down in the ceilings. Then they drop the unit and just connect this in, and you're essentially ready to go. So that's the last big MEP item to take place, other than dropping lights and devices in the ceiling once it's here. So.
I'll go get
One mess that's not going to be cleaned up by school, but if that was part of the schedule, was the restrooms we added. So these 2 gang restrooms here, the men's and the women's, were planned to have more or less a facelift. It was going to be a ceiling, some paint on the walls, give or take. During construction, a few plumbing issues came up in this high school, whether it be a new sanitary line that had to get dropped across the cafeteria seating area here, and then a sanitary line coming out. The old cast iron lines got eaten out and eventually started backing up while we had started the project. So this was more of a add-on to our project while we had contractors here that allowed us to be a little more efficient with that change now, although we won't have it wrapped up until, give or take, hopefully the end of September. The goal is prior to basketball starting to make sure we have it. Harlan is proud to have an unusual amount of trophies and awards compared to most districts. So you will notice we'll be putting some of the finishing touches on our trophy cases here soon, whether they get painted or a new MAPES panel. So this will be a pre-finished panel that goes down here, and then lights are getting set into the grid up here, so it's kind of a top lit. They'll look fairly new, but we're basically repurposing the old. So these floor cuts were part of our sanitary replacement. This obviously has been poured back. That gets poured back this week. And then when we polish terrazzo, that same team installs terrazzo. So that's where we'll patch this in anywhere where we've cut in the corridor.
I've seen 4-inch terrazzo. Normally it's something in traffic.
So this is a top coating on this. It's kind of weird how they did this one. We had that all cut out similar to the cafeteria seating area as well.
That's thick. They don't make them like that anymore.
Just enough give to make one.
Not as thick.
Oh my God.
So this is the new trophy case. So this trophy case was planned to be one that we reused, but during the course of demolition, the case to be salvaged, it turns out it was stick built, it wasn't casework. So when we took that apart, 1970, whatever, construction, it wasn't going to work out to put it back together. So we did have to build one new one. The rest of them sit together fairly well. Should look brand new once we get them refinished. This is a feature ceiling in here. Can't really tell what it's going to look like yet, but if you can imagine the media center ceiling where it kind of returns up a little bit, it's a cloud ceiling. This will be the same as those bar lights just across the entrance of the gym. So kind of across this area, we'll have those bar lights, those thin lights. It's kind of a design feature just in front of the gym.
Yeah, do you want to see?
Just for here.
Yeah. You guys want to see the screens?
Oh, the screen.
There's the new screens. So that was fundraising about 2 weeks.
I know,
So
that's what's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, thanks for the
Hair
detail.
on there. Yeah, no.
Yeah, actually, that's a good testament to really the only construction work we had in the gym was to make sure we upgraded the fire alarm system, the new sprinkler system, and then all the HVAC units that run along the mezzanine right here. So, yeah, hopefully that is managed a little better. Yeah. Down here, all we have left is the team rooms, the training room, and locker rooms.
Can
Yeah.
I just say one thing?
Oh, yeah.
This room is on the additional projects too, so the family consumer science room.
Yeah.
So, it did not get touched, so ceilings, I mean, we'll put a significant amount of money, I think, of our contingency back in there. Just, and we could go from small to big,
Yeah.
depending on.
We've done big ones, we've done
So
small ones. They can get expensive.
But we definitely will ceiling repaint and refurbish the cabinets and just see what else is needed there, so. It needs a facelift. And then so does the music rooms as well, which we missed too, but, the risers need new carpet, so we've got that figured out. There is no ceiling in the band room, and so just either painting it or making it look industrial as needed, but same thing. So the two music rooms in this room would be, and the art room, were the 4 rooms that we want to touch. So they're on our list.
Did we fix the sound, the HVAC noise issue in there?
Yes, there's
All
no,
those units have been replaced as well.
yeah, so there will be no, yeah.
So what's this now?
This is a team room. So these are intended to be like an auxiliary changing room.
4 nights where we got 2 girls and 2 boys
Oh,
games.
okay,
So they don't
okay.
have to use the classroom. No, that, yeah.
They'll smell better.
What'd you say? It smells
Smells like a locker room.
So I mean, what you see in here is essentially what the room will be. You know, with a bathroom here in the back. We just got to finish up the tile floor before they set the rest of the fixtures there.
This was our office.
Yeah, Jenny's office had about right here.
back there.
Yeah, boardroom right here.
This was the boardroom.
Hey, no wonder it's long.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, all right. So it'll be some,
but there's two
like
of
some
these
benches in here for them to sit
Yeah,
on
we'll
and some stuff
definitely
like
have-
that.
tables and stuff that, they can sit on.
The other one's a little awkward because you have to go into the vestibule
Yeah.
for the entrance, but it's identical to that room and you can slip it right
Another
there.
one on the other side. This is the training room.
Training room. So there'll be a cold tub by the floor sink over here where they tape ankles, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Will this be for the school or for the?
For the school, this would be your new training room.
That was
Yep.
one that initially in the plans, but then when we were.
Because your old, definitely a couple times bigger than your old training room, I think. and-
Yes.
I've said this a million times, but we talked about how 90% of the community is gonna see their money going in this stretch,
Right.
right?
So those bathrooms that we just saw down there, they're gonna take a little extra work, they never even know plans either, but, yeah, yes, absolutely, so.
So the next, let's go find what we have for other things.
Well, like Todd Black,
This all
who
gets
knows it for
refinished.
health class, and doesn't have to go find another. Yeah. Swimming pool's in here,
It's a
yeah.
little better now.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of these were more or less a facelift, and then some, like the shower rooms, were all new. So working our way down this way, you'll kind of go shower, restroom as we work down, but just some fluid applied left for the floor, and then setting some plumbing fixtures.
That's just an office, right?
What's it?
One of these, the old
That's
training room.
Oh, mine, well, I'll show you, Roger, out here in this hallway, the old training room. That's the wrestling room, Jonathan. It used to have a pool in it.
I came my junior year, 2001, not here. Yeah, laugh it out.
I should say, I think he's
It's like the old story.
Oh, I know. I didn't realize it was
You know, right? Yeah, yeah.
For the commuter part.
Tell the difference. There's a before and after.
Yeah, I knew, I said, when you get down here, you're gonna see the old. So we're working on it.
So yeah, here in high school, we got about 4 weeks left before teachers come back, about 5 until students come back. So we're gonna make every bit of it count.
Okay, the old trainer room, Roger, is out here in the hallway. Like the recent one, watch.
It was back over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the.
It's in the middle.
What's that? Sorry.
The training room.
Yeah, and it's accessible from the
Yeah, we go
hallway.
this
Yeah.
way, you see it.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you.
Does this all get fixed?
New ceiling, yeah. So your grid line will be about where it was, where you see those screws up there. This should just be a new grid ceiling.
Got it.
You know what, I bet I don't have a key though, but it's those two doors right there.
Yeah.
So we'll just use that for storage.
This one here.
Oh, these two.
This one.
No? Yeah. That one has the,
Yeah, that had the,
yeah, I feel like there's a way to get in.
it was, you could get in there through here,
Yeah.
I think. No?
Sprinkler line. Sprinkler. Yep, so these are all of the heads that will drop in the grid.
Okay, that makes
Sets up.
That was new.
Sprinkler is.
I think it was through that.
Throughout the
Is
whole,
there
Through that other
washer or something?
you had no sprinkler system
On this side?
on high school, correct?
Got it. That's right. Seems reasonable to have.
State doesn't let you do a whole lot these days, I don't know those. But. And that's our high school. Busy. If we wanna, what's that? They are, so they get a new, this is new, this gets painted, and a light gets dropped in here. So it'll look brand new. And then a brand new glass door, so they're moving right along here, so.
Where's the digital one?
So the digital ones will be, one will be right there at that box on this small wall.
Okay.
And then you have two running down this wall. You kind of see the rough ends right there next to that ladder. And then I think there's one on the other side of those doors. You guys want, and then this is going to be the riser storage room. So they'll pull I think the risers out of the.
Oh, yeah.
So those will come out of the auditorium or the gym.
Yeah,
And they'll be stored right here in
Are
those.
those the new ones?
Yeah, so we had to put a new door in there just to fit it.
Widen out
Like,
one,
widen
yeah.
it out, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, they fit.
Oh, the glass is gone too, just right in the door.
Yeah.
So it's down this other way, we'll show you.
Yeah, we can walk back that way.
I didn't know where it was either, sorry.
Yeah.
That one, it'll be a lot easier to spot the cyclone corner once the case works in. Kind of makes the corner.
Just it was good. With the extra space on the stadium.
These are the cases.
But I don't know.
So that case was supposed to be the case that was here. Thought it was a casework system, like these. These you could move if you wanted to. That one was all stick built in, so it couldn't go back together. Or build it. It's long. None of this.
I know when we were in the meeting, I was on the planning committee to try to raise.
So we get a salt system that goes in that opening, and then the small white for parties you see there at the corner will be casework as an up.
So it doesn't display within.
Correct. Yes, this will display, and then they'll have back shelving and stuff along the
And it's connected to the business room that runs.
right inside that store. Yes.
Said we can't, and I said, you think, I said, we're gonna just try to house $9 million.
So yeah, this will
So
be
this will
where
all
it's-
be,
this will be closed in. Actually, you won't be able to get in this place without coming through that door. This will be it. Coffee maker
you said
here.
this will all be closed in, so they get in through the back.
This will match that design at reception.
Okay.
Kind of comes up and over here. And then this will be a fridge, ice cream maker,
I mean, can they
printer.
is this where they'll be able to buy like Cyclone apparel?
Riley got Cyclone apparel and it'll be its own little.
So that'll be open like during games and stuff?
Yes, we have asked
Tried to
them
figure
do
that out?
Yes, yes. And it'll be a coffee shop and an ice cream shop. So we got a grant for $35,000 worth of materials and training from a company in Sioux City that's going to come down and train all the kids on how to run everything.
Wow.
Yes.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Will that be like a student council project
Student,
or?
or
the-
JC's just a work-based learning and
Okay,
CPE,
perfect.
so it'll be her classes as well.
All right.
So yeah, lots can get experience in that.
Excellent.
Well, we got 30 minutes left if we want to go across the street. Yeah.
So this is where the library is.
Stephen, will you tell Roger where the glass is?
Yes. So this opening here, this will be a full glass wall
Okay.
from end to end, and you'll have a double swing door going into here.
And this will be a
Reading room.
reading room.
Yep. So they'll have shelving all along those walls, like a rack system where the books will go.
Okay.
I gotta go grab my bag. If
Okay.
you guys want to start,
Across.
yep, and then I'll catch up with you.
What was it?
Yeah, those things. We'll have like the tops in there, and then there'll be quartz.
Yeah.
A little higher end. The rest will be PLAN, which we already have on site. So each one of these baffle kind of starting points. You can see one right here at this light. You can see one over here on this wall, and then one at the back wall. That's where the 3 tree trunks will come up out of the floor and branch up to. So those are PLAN. So those will be what looks like a wood look product. They'll reach up to the baffles.
They have the boards
I know, I just
and it has a little light. Did you see it? It's got a light.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun.
Grass already grew on some dirt piles, we'll get that out of
Are these going in the classroom or are these for out here?
here. Classroom.
Classroom.
Yeah, you'll have to see, they love their whiteboards.
Oh, I'm gonna say those are some, those are some whiteboards.
They're just gonna this here now, but you can read,
That's
but
case
look,
work.
there's a little light.
Your
You
pupil
see
colors
it
is
down?
your
And this is quartz, so it's very,
What is the
Sturdy.
cutout for?
seat, or for reading, so you can just
Oh.
sit down with the book and read, or.
Cool.
I would have loved that as a kid.
Yeah.
Along the wall, you have polyvision boards that come up and you'll have cushions that sit across the top of things, like it's a.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, we could pull up a rendering of it here at some point. Lockers came in, so those are all installed. Now we'll put the tops on those. Apart from lockers and casework, we are down to punch list. So what's in here is paint touch-ups. We'll find a bad light fixture, it's gotta get swapped, things like that.
Is something going on top of the lockers?
Vinyl base will go around the bottom, and then the tops will lay down, and
Are they or gray, or what?
we have them. We'll pass them here at some point.
Okay, okay.
They're
Probably the
Is
same
it
as
that
this.
white, or is it?
Right here, same as this.
That's the vinyl base that'll go along the bottom. I don't know if these are your locker tops or
Might be
not.
countertops.
These are countertops in your rooms.
Oh, you're talking about the
Locker tops, yep.
countertops.
I get my grades mixed up. This would be third, fourth, fifth, right? Yeah.
So they got the-
So classrooms, teachers are kind of moving their stuff around as we get the casework buttoned up in each room. But some of them are, all set up.
These are so cute. You can see here the bulletin boards and all the whiteboards and they're.
This is one part that's going to look a little unfinished, where the mobile carts go. These are what, laptop carts? Is that what they are? So the laptop carts has this wall protection. They didn't want to install this part of the wall protection until the casework is in. So they're going to come back. This will be on both on the L. So when you back this in here, you won't bang up the
We wondered why there
drywall.
was just the one.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then tack board, basically same in every classroom. You'll have tack board, whiteboard, tack board on one wall, and then the longer whiteboard with tack board on the we'll call it teaching wall.
These classrooms were big.
They're actually smaller square footage
They
than they
feel
were.
so big.
I think the color,
light,
the natural
I
light,
think
the lighting, can all make it seem a little
The
bit bigger.
ceiling's higher, so that helps. Yeah.
Thankfully, the occupants are all pretty small.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
could take the ceiling down a little bit, and then that one change order.
Third grade, yeah. Oh, yeah, how far did it go?
A foot. So all we dropped it was a foot. That was the structure height. We had some plenum space where we got to kind of meet in the middle. So we basically got to leave the ceiling generally where it was, but the roof came down, so your plenum shrunk. Some of the rooms had to get a slightly smaller ceiling, but it did save the volume of the building. I think we saved a couple $100,000 from that credit.
So each pod is similar to this and then has a workspace, like a 4-seater table, another office, and then this furniture. Oh, go ahead.
This stuff will be in the middle here.
This will be all in the middle.
Kind of
Yeah.
sporadic,
This is
laid out a
just
little
for
bit
here.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Once we
And
did,
then-
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
Every neighborhood's
No,
got
go
kind of
ahead.
like a collaboration wall. So this is going to be a mix of like frameless whiteboards called polyvision. So they're not going to look like what you have in the classroom, but there'll be casework across the bottom, and then I think like a cushion top system there, and then you'll have wardrobes, I think closer to the middle for storage, and then like I said, those writing surfaces that kind of flank the side that are a little higher end than what's in the classrooms.
So you could bring two classes out here at a time, or,
And this is all one neighborhood?
This is third grade.
Yep.
So there's 5 classrooms, and then an office, and then a workspace, and then your neighborhood.
Each
Yep.
each neighborhood has a patio. They're not fenced in because we cut the fence during value engineering. That's another thing we're putting on the list to get priced right now, will be the decorative. It's about a 3-foot fence that would go, you'd have a gate right there, and then you just have a fence straight across. Some of the other neighborhoods are configured a little bit differently, but they'd all be a fenced in patio that you can badge in and out of.
And we are currently writing a grant for some of that funding as well, once we, the numbers?
We're pretty close to the restrooms. Look at one of the big restrooms. This is the concept we see a lot for restrooms in elementary schools specifically, where it's kind of got a shared sink space and then more just the gang restrooms for the other fixtures. No, that's like a divider. Yeah, just like a privacy divider.
Yeah.
Sound attenuating surface.
How much privacy do you need in third grade? A lot?
It's about the right height, except the holes in it.
None. This is pretty neat.
And that's a neighborhood. Yeah,
The purpose of the little split unit.
mini split
This guy almost went out on this side.
for a certain reason. They have those under all these condensates, and for some reason, they have something to do that. We'll go check another classroom to find out if it's in the same position or where these lines are running. Because
Where those lines are running?
It's in each neighborhood.
yep,
What does it do?
About the same.
Keep them cool.
Cooling unit.
Keep the,
Oh.
From condensation, so they get warm and they don't get condensation.
yeah. Well, I'll look into
Yeah,
that.
that's a good question.
My mechanical engineering's a little low, but gotta be a reason for it.
Is this working?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, if you're thinking so, that's just-
So you missed all the high
So
school.
that's men,
that's third grade,
but that's boys and girls
Boys and
bathrooms
on each side.
on
Yep.
each side.
And then here is the teacher workroom.
Oh yeah.
So they each have their own workroom, bathroom, and then storage, some extra storage. So that's third grade.
Yeah, they're.
Travis, is there another? I guess the special ed would be a little bit different than the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We could- Or I mean, we could look at every wing.
Well, I was just gonna look for that. I was gonna look for that unit.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm looking for.
Well, where's that one?
Well, that's right here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they got some type of reason for it. I'm just not sure what it is.
I don't know. Is it trying to get cooling above the?
Well,
tiles?
it'd be reheat too. I'm guessing that's heating and cooling.
I was just wondering if that's trying to get it above the tiles.
Well, I mean, it's open plenum, so I don't think that. It's got to be for something else. I'm just not quite sure what it is.
They should have caught it too.
And it's switched.
I know.
It's gonna be the switch.
Yep.
And this will be fourth grade.
Yeah, this one they're able to run the condensate lines down and through that classroom and around, so that's why you don't see it through here.
We're just curious what the.
Yeah, I don't, if it's
Have to ask
supplemental
Casey.
or what the reason is, I couldn't tell you.
So what happens a lot is they'll design these buildings and they have to submit for what's called a comm check. So when you submit for a comm check with the state, it's basically telling them, we made this building efficient enough to pass your standards. When they check that, what they're checking for is your building insulation value versus the heating and cooling load you're putting into your building to make sure everything's driving right, that your lights shut off with photo sensors, all that kind of stuff. Part of that is if your load wasn't offset by your insulation or your R value at your walls enough, you might need just a little bit of supplement cooling or heating, where you didn't want to put in a $200,000 rooftop unit and instead could have met your value with a $5,000 unit. This is just me in conjecture, but that could be the reason. But I'll find out.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Is that her room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's does have something to do with, because the other one was close to where all the windows were, and not bringing heat in. I'm wondering if that's what that's for.
Could be a comm check thing where they just need a little bit of supplemental and didn't want to go through a whole new unit.
Do you want to go down the special ed wing real quick? And
Yeah.
Yep.
They do better than they do. I'll look at that. It just seems so silly. don't they need shorter screens? Like, nope, we gotta use the longest screens possible. We just leave them showing. It does look better. It's not the first thing that caught my eye.
If they hadn't been brought up before, would you have noticed? Would be the question.
I would have never
asked
noticed.
a year ago.
What's that?
The
When you
screws.
asked that I noticed.
So these weren't painted white when they were first noticed, and they were brought up during a walkthrough way back when it was just, building structure. And it's very common. I mean, it's almost on every project that has a design with an
Now I
open
see them
ceiling
in
like
every
this.
building I go into now.
Right, now you do, right? But when they're
We initially
painted,
talked about it in the high school, that second floor,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Where I saw them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
surely you don't need those. They're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, we do. Okay, so you can't a shorter screw? No, the longest. We need the longest.
well, there's a certain amount that has to come through your ceiling for it structurally to have met the requirement.
But you're not allowed to,
You can't even cut them off if you wanted to.
It's not the first thing I see now, so that's fine.
That's it.
Just seems like
Yeah.
weird.
So this is the special ed, which is a little bit different than the rest of the neighborhood in terms of, what it looks like as you're walking in. Resource room, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, so this is our therapeutic classroom that we have with Green Hills AEA, and then, just 2 resource rooms. And then they have their own meeting room as well here, so they can have IEPs. There's a restroom specific that's more ADA compliant for changing and things, meeting room, a cool down room right here. And then this is a level, we would call it a level 3 room that also has a sensory room back there just for kids that might need more needs, and it has a different flooring. If you guys can feel that, it's a little bit different than the carpet.
Yeah, if you
So
were to
it's-
spill on this, it basically beads on top of the
Yeah.
carpet. I haven't personally tested it, that's what I'm told.
So it's got a little different, different flooring.
Durability,
Yeah.
stain proof,
Yeah.
stain resistant.
Awesome.
And then that dumps us into 5th grade. Yep, kind of in the same position, huh?
Yeah, this is the only one that does connect. So this connects into the 5th grade.
Because we were just here.
No, this is 5th.
This 5th grade.
Oh, this is a different one.
So we're wrapping around the back side of the building now, kind of where the old building was demolished.
I get lost, but they're all similar. Yeah. The kids are too. I'm like,
Well,
Once
they
you
catch-
get
they
the color
catch on
down,
fast.
once you
Yeah.
get the color down, it
Yeah.
kind of helps you navigate a little
It's
bit.
gonna be-
Because this one still has the same locker bay entrance to it that the other ones have, just has the,
That just
This is blue,
this is blue.
and the other one has more of a green.
Blue, yellow, blue, gold, really, and
Yeah.
purple. And there's a teal, yeah, teal.
The yellow
like a
is the
teal
special
color.
ed side, yeah.
Yellow special ed, teal, purple, and this blue.
And then their furniture all coincides with the color.
And over here,
goodness.
there's a missing building.
Yeah. So now we're on the other side.
So for some reason, we had to move you back.
It'd
No
be
longer,
gone.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
That's a joke. We do have occupancy in this building, so
Yes,
doesn't
here, I
matter.
was
We
gonna say
can
here, we're
you
good.
can teach in here, but we want to make this a little better before you get in.
yeah. Just mind
Steven,
the
can you
trash.
talk to how that, like, entry, that goes into the gym now?
Yeah.
What
So
will that look like?
so you'll have if you remember the old drop off point where it kind of just funneled into a short sidewalk that went up to the front doors. That sidewalk is just going to keep going, and it's going to keep going to a double set of doors that are going to open right into your gym. So it's basically the doors that separated you had your old elementary office, then you had the temporary district office, and then you got the gym. That's your exterior doors now.
Okay.
So that'll lead right up
Which
to
will
that.
stay locked, I'm sure. During
Oh, yeah.
It'll have a card reader on it, so that'll be your access point for your playground, which will be new over here as well in what's currently the dirt space. That'll all be fenced in. So as of right now, the plan is to put a gate across that sidewalk as an access gate, but more or less you'd have a much bigger green space than kind of the concrete blacktop thing you got going on.
That's September.
I think that's when his stuff is.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
kind of separate from the
End of
project.
September.
Yeah, but I
I
thought.
think it's September is
So
when
okay.
that
The
stuff
playground will
is.
be on this end, and then there'll be flat, like, space.
Grass
But Jeff
over there.
says we don't have any flat green space, which I didn't realize. I mean, it's kind of hilly. There's lots of green space, but, so that'll be a flat.
On the other side of the sidewalk.
Yes, we did have
Yes,
it, but then we
playground on this
planned,
side.
now we're on.
This is the green.
Perfect.
What's the new drop-off pickup?
It's
gonna
going to
look
be
like?
the same. It's gonna remain
Oh.
the same. So he's got that mapped out. So Jeff will be communicating with parents here soon.
We're not gonna bottleneck all of it onto Durant then?
No, no. He's gonna keep it similar.
The same, so they get unloaded by the gym.
Yes.
Got it.
So he'll still have people, yeah. The picker-uppers go one place, the walkers go another, the bussers will stay on the primary side.
When they walk them out, they'll walk them out that door.
That door,
there's-
yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Even the ones from here?
yep. They'll have to either go through or,
Because that's what they do now
Yeah.
for this.
that's what they did, yeah.
Okay,
So they
okay.
they kind of, it's a system.
Yeah. I'm sure Jeff's got it figured out,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
that sounds, kids.
Then I don't know, do you want to go through the office, or?
Yeah, we didn't
Steven,
go
real
through that
quick,
yet.
The intermediate office?
I'm glad they picked this color. They were about 5 seconds from picking red.
No.
And we were like, well, hold up, guys. There's no red in this building.
What
I know
makes
it's Harlan, but
Yeah, we needed,
we were very close to a prison red.
we can go in the back way. Should we go in the
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
Why would that be bad?
Well, we don't have red here. I'm purely from an aesthetic perspective.
So this is the teacher's lounge, mother's room. Still working on getting the millwork in.
Yeah, should just be countertops left in here.
That's on here.
Oh, they're still putting it.
Yeah.
Is Cassie all right? Nurse?
Bathroom, and then this will all be countertop.
Yep.
See?
Up to your printer.
Yeah, okay. Big conference room. Which is nice, so similar to the high school. And the middle school actually is gonna have one similar as well in their new space. Nurse's room is huge. Well, she has the one over the other primary too, but I leave that one. Cool down room. This is Cytops office, and then, yeah, they're just starting with this.
This will look really cool.
Yeah,
You know, something very similar over on the district side.
yeah. Bailey's got hers coming in too.
I think that's a weapon for a TV.
Might be, yes. Bailey has one of those as well, we weren't sure. 'Cause, yeah. And then that window will have something that closes.
Correct. Yep.
Just not there yet.
How close are we to your meeting?
We got
5
6
minutes?
minutes. 5 minutes. Jonathan, that would be where it connects into the new, or the primary building then. And then, yeah, here's.
I got a family thing I could skip.
So there's a conference room. Just a reception area, and then Bailey's desk is being built as we speak.
That should just need the cords left on that one. So they'll come and measure for that now. That's a specialty product, so you get this in first, and then they come template it,
Okay.
and then they cut it, and it's here in 15 days.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And here's, oh, that door. And then here's just another little reception area, and Brian's office, my office, Catherine's office. We have an extra, Mike Dare. And then getting our cabinets in here. So, and then storage room and restroom, Jonathan. Looks like someone in the restroom.
see that addition and aren't in the classroom.
Yeah. Or don't have kids that age.
Justin tour.
Think we're good?
Wow.
Yeah. You guys
Thank
have
you.
any- yeah.
Good job.
Very good.
We're getting there. We got plenty left, but we want to make it, we're getting there.
I saw a lot of blue tape, Travis. Good job.
There's more to put on.
That's Travis and Joe and
Joe and I will
Josh.
go around this Friday and add some more.
You got a week yet, so.
Yeah.
Are they just annoyed when they see you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, good.
Especially this time of project, I get real annoyed.
Well, we get annoying, but see, it's crunch time too, so.
Yeah.
When you don't see guys, then you get annoyed.
Obviously a big piece of blue tape right there.
They're so small that
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be back the rest of the weeks they're gonna do it.
Oh, today.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank you.
coming and.
Being here?
Absolutely. And I've got those,
Hang
the
it up.
financial docs to you, so just let me know if any questions
I'll
come
share
up.
those with you guys. I'll share the financial docs. And Brian can explain, I mean, Brian's gone through and we're good to go. We're doing well.
Thanks. Absolutely.
Budget wise.
Because we're pretty far through what we thought for contingency in the high school, right? When we got
The
back into
contingency was an
Municipal.
overall bucket, so I think we've got 100 some left, but with your bond project and where we came in at with the overall bids, you still for 2. That includes the contingency I mentioned. but
Yeah.
It's an inflated number compared to what we thought just a few months ago.
Okay.
And the surprises of possible having to use contingency money are gone for the most part of the
Yeah.
high school. So now we can
Because we're
plan.
out of, I thought of that back end of the high school with the showers and the locker
Got us close.
rooms.
It took a big chunk off. At the time, it was concerning just because of what it would have left us with how much time we had left.
Okay.
Now we haven't run into anything with taking down the rest of those ceilings you saw in the high school. That's where the surprises were going to be.
Okay.
We didn't see as much in there. Like we'll have a couple small things like some insulation still has to get through and stuff like that. But as far as big dollar surprises, yeah, we're high
So we
schools.
do those other projects.
Yay.
Which is exciting, yeah. And Jeff was actually able to, we were able to fund the playground as well. So it was good.
From that,
From, yeah, quite a bit from that, so. he could
that's
order it
different than
all.
what Brian thought last month, wasn't it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot.
Yes.
We still have plenty to do. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. For financially, we're in a pretty good spot, but work-wise, we got a lot to clean up in the high school. So this surprisingly, this could be done.
Yeah, we did it, yeah.
We can just get everybody here.
Yeah.
We went through.
This has to be done Tuesday, isn't it? Just like you got it.
They've all moved on.
Is it?
So your next job, where you guys are going to spend 3 months training, well, they move your guys that are here instead of 5 minutes.
That was nice. Yeah.
It's going to take you a couple of days, but that means you have to pay over
They are treatment.
just started.
Yeah.
It is, it's the biggest push-pull fight you'll have on a project. And then you get to a certain point where you have somebody who knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
You should, I
Start doing it, because you don't want to wait for it. Yeah, so.
You get paid for it.
So, you know, it's a balance game, and at the same time, it's this point in a public project where you have the least amount of leverage. Because your bond is your leverage, but the bond means someone's not gonna do their job at a certain point where they're either not going to do it, or they're incapable, or they messed it up enough where you're gonna pull their bond, this insurance policy. you
Right,
got.
right.
The insurance company then has to find another contractor to come finish up. We can't do that now. If you do that now, you don't move in. So the leverage you have on a public project at this point really just comes down to making sure you have the relationships built with your contractors. You haven't fought the whole time, and they'll show up. Because if they don't, you know, you're either doing it yourself, you're screaming on the phone, which just makes it worse. But luckily, we've got pretty good relationships with all these guys throughout these projects. So it's definitely the most stressful thing.
Best of luck to you both.
Thanks.
Matt.
We good.
For the headaches we have thought we were going to have, they end up just working out just in time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
Kind of like the casework.
casework,
over here.
you know,
Yeah.
lockers, and they just show up and start going in. So
Yep.
it's looking pretty good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.